We are discussing the chapter 6, combustion and flame. In this chapter, the topic which we are discussing now is fuels. So first we'll take a quick revision of what are fuels and what are the type of fuels. Bache. The fuels are the substances which burns to produce a large amount of heat energy are referred as fuels. वो substance, वो material बच्चे जिनको हम heat जब देते हैं तो they produce a large amount of heat energy. जब हम उन्हें छोटी सी हीट थोड़ी सी हीट दें, so they starts to burn and by that burning they produce a large amount of heat energy. Those are referred as fuels. On the basis of physical state, fuels are of three kinds. The first one is solid fuels. The fuels which exist in solid state at room temperature are known as solid fuels. The second one, the fuels which exist in liquid state at room temperature are known as liquid fuels. जो fuel room temperature पर solid state में उन्हें solid fuels बोलते हैं और जो fuels room temperature पर liquid state में उनको liquid fuels बोलते हैं. For example, coal, charcoal, wood, these are solid fuels. They exist in solid state. Whereas the petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, they are liquid fuels. So the fuels which exist in solid state like coal, charcoal, wood, these are solid fuels, and which exist in liquid, they are known as liquid fuels. The third one's gaseous fuels. The third state of matter is gas. The fuels which exist in gaseous form at room temperature are known as gaseous fuels. For example, the LPG cylinders, very common at our houses, bache. The liquefied petroleum gas, CNG, compressed natural gas, they all are, gaseous fuels. They form in gaseous form. Next is biogas, which is produced in biogas plant from cow dung, degradation of cow dung. That is also a gas. So these are the fuels on the basis of their physical states. Now moving ahead, bache, we'll discuss the next topic, the characteristics of a fuel. But before that characteristic, features of an ideal fuel, we discuss one term, that is calorific value of a fuel. Bache, calorie is the unit of energy. The SI unit, standard international unit of energy, is joule. The bigger unit than joule is kilojoules. But there is another unit that is named as calorie. So on that term, that value is to be determined, that is calorific value. You know what, bachcho? Every fuel burns and produces its own heat. Some produce large amount of heat in small amount. कुछ फ्यूल थोड़ी सी अमाउंट में ज्यादा हीट देते हैं and some produce less heat in small amount. So on the varies in the amount of heat energy, we describe this term. We differentiate this term, that is calorific value of a fuel. What is it? The heat energy produced by a fuel by complete combustion or by complete burning of 1 kilogram of it, that is known as calorific value. Or you can say, when we burn 1 kilogram of a fuel completely, then the amount of heat energy produced by that burning is known as calorific value. 1 किलोग्राम किसी भी एक फ्यूल का सेट कर लेते हैं बच्चे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैंने काउडंग केक्स का सेट कर लिया. 1 किलोग्राम काउडंग केक्स को बर्न किया तो जितनी हीट एनर्जी वो प्रोड्यूस करेंगे इन किलो जूल्स, दैट इज नोन एज कैलोरिफिक वैल्यू ऑफ काउडंग केक्स. मैंने 1 किलोग्राम वुड ले ली बच्चे, आई एम बर्निंग इट. द अमाउंट ऑफ हीट एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय दैट 1 किलोग्राम ऑफ वुड, दैट इज नोन एज इट्स कैलोरिफिक वैल्यू. So that is what the calorific value is all about. The amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion or complete burning भी आ सकता है of 1 kilogram of a fuel is called its calorific value. So what is the standard amount? 1 kilogram. Next watching, the calorific value is measured in kilojoule per kilogram. That means in per kilogram, in every 1 kg, how much kilojoule of energy is produced. For example, for cow dung cakes, it is 6,000 to 8,000, or you may write even 5,000 to 8,000. That is an appropriate value, bache. Kilojoule per kilogram. For wood, it is 17,000 to 20,000 kilojoule per kilogram. For petrol, it is 50,000 kilojoule per kilogram. And it is maximum for hydrogen. When hydrogen in the liquid form is used as a fuel, then it produces the maximum amount of heat energy. That is 1,50,000 kilojoule per kilogram. So basically, bache, why we are comparing this, why we are studying this? Because bache, we require a fuel. We must need a fuel which has a high calorific value, which produce more amount of energy in less quantity. Its less amount will produce larger amount of energy. That's what we want from a fuel. So that's why we are discussing it. Now we're moving ahead to the characteristics of an ideal fuel. Features of an ideal or a best or a good fuel. What would they be the features, bache? It must be cheap, economical means, and easily available. Next, it must be easy to transport, safe to handle. It must have a high calorific value. Next thing, the fuel must not leave any residue after burning. What do you mean by that? कि बच्चे जैसे wood burn करते हैं तो there is ash remaining. That ash will cause soil pollution, it's lighter in weight, so it will cause air pollution as well. So that not must be the case in case of a fuel. Next, a fuel must be eco-friendly. What that means? That is, a fuel must not release any harmful or toxic fumes into the environment, into the air. These what must be the characteristics of an ideal fuel. So we have discussed them now one by one. The first is, you can make the headings as well. Cheap and easily available. Cheap means economical, so that every person can afford it. So ideal fuel must be cheap and easily available. Monotony ना हो. For example, एक country के पास एक fuel ना हो, सब जगह आसानी से available हो. Second, it must be easy to handle. You can write here safe to handle as well. Safe to transport, easy to transport is also appropriate, and convenient to store. Liquid hydrogen की calorific value तो high है, but वो इन सभी features पर ideal नहीं है. उसे transport करना easy नहीं है, उसे use करना इतना safe नहीं है बच्चे, और उसे store करना भी इतना convenient, इतना safe नहीं है बच्चे, इतना आसान नहीं है, इतना easy नहीं है. Next, it should burn smoothly. What do you mean by this? It must not produce any kind of sound, bache, any kind of explosion. It must burn smoothly. Next, it should have, a very important point, have a high calorific value. That is, it must produce a large amount of energy in its small quantity, in its small value. थोड़ा सा फ्यूल ज्यादा एनर्जी दे ताकि हमें ज्यादा आउटपुट मिले बच्चे. हमें तो एक फ्यूल से एनर्जी चाहिए. वी वांट अ फ्यूल, what we want from a fuel is energy. So we require that a small amount of fuel will produce large amount of energy. Next, it should not produce any harmful and toxic fumes during burning. You may write here heading is eco-friendly. Environmental friendly is also correct. So that no air pollution, soil pollution, whatsoever pollutions are there must not be there, must not be caused by the burning of fuel. So that's why a fuel must be eco-friendly. That is, it must not release any toxic fumes. It must not release any harmful gases into the environment and cause any kind of pollution. Next, it should burn completely. Complete combustion. If a fuel does not burn completely, then it leaves certain soot particles. Certain solid unburnt carbon particles are left. That is ash, residue, बचा हुआ बच्चे, अवशेष बोलते हैं इसे शुद्ध हिंदी में. So a fuel must not leave any residue, any ash particles which may cause any kind of pollution. It must burn completely, not leaving behind any kind of residue or any kind of ash particles. Next, it should have a proper ignition temperature, appropriate ignition temperature. That is, it should not be too low, that is at the room temperature वो बर्न करना शुरू कर दे, फ्यूल लाए, फ्लेम देने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, रूम पे ही आग लग गई उसमें, ऐसा नहीं चाहते हम बच्चे. एंड नॉट टू हाई, ऐसा भी नहीं है कि हमें एक फ्यूल को चलाने के लिए पहले एक फ्यूल बर्न करना पड़ रहा है. Isn't it? मान लो एक फ्यूल ले आया मैक्स, उसका इग्निशन टेम्परेचर बहुत हाई है, तो पता चल रहा है उसको जलाने के लिए पहले पेट्रोल बर्न करना पड़ रहा है. उससे तो क्या फायदा होगा बेटा, हमें 2 फ्यूल बर्न करने पड़ रहे हैं. Isn't it? So ना तो इग्निशन टेम्परेचर ज्यादा लो होना चाहिए और ना ज्यादा हाई, एप्रोप्रिएट होना चाहिए. सो दीज आर द फीचर्स, द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन फॉर 3 मार्क्स बच्चे, ऑफ एन आइडियल फ्यूल. It must be economical, easily available. It must be safe to handle, easy to transport and convenient to store. It must have a high calorific value. It should not produce any leave or, and it should not leave any residue or ash behind after burning. It must burn smoothly. It must have a appropriate or, a fix, a kind of convenient ignition temperature, neither too high nor too low. So these are certain features on which we decide whether a fuel is an ideal fuel or not. Now bache, question may arise, is any fuel present on the earth now at present which is an ideal fuel? The answer would be no. No fuel is till now we know beta which fills all these categories. Okay, we have some good fuels like CNG is a good fuel option for automobiles as compared to the diesel and petrol, but still it somehow cause certain problems in its use or in its combustion. So that's why we are not having any complete ideal fuel till now. So that is the ideal fuel and its characteristics. Now we will discuss. The burning of fuels will produce harmful compounds, harmful substances. When we burn certain fuels, their burning produce certain harmful substances into the environment. Now we'll discuss those one by one, but just before that, we'll have a slight introduction of that why that harmful substances, why the amount of those harmful substances keep on increasing in our environment. As the population is growing at a very explosive rate, so our demand for the production of energy is also increased. Population increase हो रही है बच्चे, तो कंस्ट्रक्शन करनी है, फ्यूल चाहिए, कहीं ना कहीं चीज पे ट्रांसपोर्ट करना है तो फ्यूल चाहिए, किसी चीज से एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करनी है तो फ्यूल चाहिए बच्चे. तो फ्यूल रिक्वायरमेंट, फ्यूल्स need is increased exponentially. So due to that increased demand of fuels, more burning of fuel occurring, and then more harmful substances are day by day increasing into our environment. That may cause air pollution. So when the fuels like petrol, diesel, coal, they burn, they release certain harmful substances like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, certain unburnt particles. They are released into the atmosphere, and that will lead to air pollution. So that is an environmental loss. So to prevent it, what we have to do and what are the harmful effects that we are going to study one by one. So what is the base of this topic? That is, when the fuel like coal, petroleum and diesel burns, they produce various air pollutants. Air pollutants are the substances which mix with air and make it adverse to inhale and make it bad, make it polluted. So those substances are referred as air pollutants like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, the unburnt carbon particles like soot, smoke. Those particles are released into the environment, and that will cause air pollution. So the first such particle which cause air pollution is carbon monoxide. When a fuel which has a carbon like petrochemicals, petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, they are carbon compounds. They are majorly made up of carbon. So when they burn, they produce CO2. But if they burn in insufficient amount of oxygen, usually जब ये burn होते हैं तो CO2 produce होती है. But जब बच्चे ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई insufficient हो, ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई is less than the required amount, then they produce carbon monoxide. CO, it is the symbol of carbon monoxide. So when carbon monoxide is produced, when a fuel burns in insufficient supply of oxygen, in inappropriate, in the less amount of oxygen, when that fuel burns in the less amount, in the a very few amount of oxygen, then that will produce carbon monoxide. For example, methane gas, when burns with oxygen, it will produce carbon dioxide and water. But if that oxygen supply is insufficient, is less, in the lack of oxygen when methane burns, it produces carbon monoxide, water and energy in the form of heat. Methane gas is a major component of compressed natural gas. Compressed natural का जो main component है जो burn होता है वो methane है. Biogas also is a major component as methane. So when methane burns in the insufficient supply of oxygen, in the less amount, in the lack of oxygen, it produces carbon monoxide and water along with energy. Now बच्चे question arises, हो रही है तो होने देते हैं, but there is a harmful effect of carbon monoxide. What is that? What is the effect of carbon monoxide to the animals if it is released into the environment? बच्चे, human beings have blood in them, or animals have blood in them. Blood has a red color pigment known as hemoglobin. Blood है बच्चे, blood के अंदर cells हैं. Those cells are of different types: red blood cells, white blood cells, and blood platelets that you will study in your higher classes. Plus, the introduction of it you have already studied in your previous class. So, 3 types of cells are there: red blood cells, white blood cells, and blood platelets. So, red blood cells, why they are red? Because they have a pigment named as hemoglobin. What is the function of hemoglobin? It helps in the exchange of gases in the body. सेल्स को ऑक्सीजन चाहिए ताकि वो एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस कर सके. मैंने बताया बच्चे, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया में हमने पढ़ा था, ऑक्सीजन की प्रेजेंस में फूड ऑक्सीडाइज होगा और एटीपी बन जाएगा. इसीलिए माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया को पावर हाउस ऑफ द सेल कहते हैं. तो हीमोग्लोबिन बच्चे उस ऑक्सीजन को लंग्स से लेकर जाता है पूरी बॉडी में. बट if carbon monoxide is present in our air, then hemoglobin does not combine with oxygen. Rather than oxygen, it will combine with carbon monoxide and form a stable compound named as carboxyhemoglobin. बच्चे, अगर एयर देखो, हम जो एयर इनहेल करेंगे उसमें ऑक्सीजन भी होगी, CO2 भी होगी, और अगर कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड है तो वो भी होगी. इन तीनों में से हीमोग्लोबिन सबसे ज्यादा जल्दी कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड से रिएक्ट करता है, उससे ऐड होता है, उसे अट्रैक्ट करता है अपनी ओर. तो बच्चे, अगर हीमोग्लोबिन कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड को अट्रैक्ट कर लेगा तो कार्बोक्सी हीमोग्लोबिन बन जाएगा. हीमोग्लोबिन तो यूज हो गया, ऑक्सीजन के लिए बचा नहीं. तो जो बच्चे ब्लड ऑक्सीजन को लेकर जाता था, जो उसे कैरी करता था, उसकी कैपेसिटी क्या हो जाएगी? कम. पहले सारा हीमोग्लोबिन ऑक्सीजन को ले जा रहा था. नाउ in the presence of carbon monoxide, hemoglobin is reacting, is attached with carbon monoxide, not with oxygen. तो ऑक्सीजन तो जाएगी नहीं ब्लड में, ब्लड में नहीं जाएगी तो हर सेल तक नहीं पहुंचेगी, सेल तक नहीं पहुंचेगी तो सफोकेशन होने लगेगी, एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन रुक जाएगा, सफोकेशन होने लगेगी और एक्सट्रीम सफोकेशन से डेथ हो सकती है. So बच्चे, when hemoglobin combines with carbon monoxide, it will form a stable compound that is carboxyhemoglobin, due to which hemoglobin cannot be able to attach oxygen with it, and the blood's oxygen carrying capacity, वो क्षमता जिसके अकॉर्डिंग ब्लड ऑक्सीजन को कैरी कर रहा है, that is known as oxygen carrying capacity, decreases. हीमोग्लोबिन के पास तो जगह ही नहीं है ऑक्सीजन को जोड़ने की, तो ऑक्सीजन को कैरी करने की कैपेसिटी जो ब्लड की है वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगी, एंड दिस विल लीड्स टू सफोकेशन. लेस एनर्जी प्रोडक्शन विल बी देयर, cells will not get oxygen, then we will be suffocated, and ultimately in extreme conditions of suffocation a person dies. दम घुटने से मौत हो जाएगी. So that is the harmful effect of carbon monoxide in the environment. And how it is produced? By incomplete combustion of a fuel, of a carbon containing fuel. And petrochemicals or methane gas are carbon containing fuels. So this is the first harmful compound, that is carbon monoxide and its effect.